Hello everyone and welcome to Missouri Southern State University, one of two sites for the 2016 ACCA Championships. We've got an interesting one for you here today. AFLBS against Hillsdale. AFLBS pulling off, at least seeding-wise, a bit of an upset over Providence last night in the late game. Their reward, taking on Hillsdale. Hillsdale not necessarily as powerful as they have been in years past. Not as good record-wise as their women's team, but still one of the top teams in the country at this level. They come in at 15-10, and they are looking to take care of business here today. AFLBS looking to get their mojo running like they did last night and pull off another upset. The starters for AFLBS who will be wearing their dark jerseys: Nate Gunderson, Micah Jacobson, Travis Haugen, Aaron Arneson, and Chris Papillon. For Hillsdale, it's going to be Xavier Hunter, Adam Morales, Trey Sneed, Cassius Lyons, and Trey Sneed with the first bucket of the game to put Hillsdale up by 2. Completing the starting lineups, Cassius Lyons and Caleb McCain. So AFLBS looking to pick up the quick answer here, but they are guarded closely with high pressure coming right now from the Saints. First half of action, Haugen puts up a wild one, and that almost dropped. Didn't look all that close, but it ended up being a decent shot, and he will not head to the line. They called a foul on the floor. And that one's finished off by Aaron Arneson. He was a big key last night. He's going to have to come up huge in this game as well. So Hillsdale looking to work it around, and they lose the handle. Going back the other way. Here come the Conquerors. 3-on-1 as the giveaway happened, and then trying to throw it down and then having to alter it midair. Failing to do so was Caleb McCain. 6'5" sophomore out of Edmond, Oklahoma. Papillon poked away from behind by Trey Sneed, but they're going to say that he got a piece of the arm as well, so he'll pick up his first. Long shot coming and sink. 3 points on the board for Micah Jacobson. And we get an and one situation as Xavier Hunter took it strong to the bucket. And I believe the foul is going to go on Hagan. And they actually go against Papillon. So a chance to tie the game with the old school three-point play. No good there. AFLBS with an opportunity to increase their lead. They're up by 5 right now. Up by 1. They have 5 on the board. It's going to be that kind of night. I apologize. Coming over to the near side, Am Morales driving baseline hard as Sneed, and he runs into major opposition there as Papillon is no slouch at 6'4". He's a senior, so he's got some time in the weight room. Coming into the game now is John Peterson. And they're going to take Papillon out as he's picked up 2 quick ones. Sneed at the line where he shoots 74.2%. Doesn't get the first, so he'll try to tie it up with the last. That one almost trickled in, but instead rings out. Pressure put on by Hunter. They go almost with a full court press. Long shot, no good. Ripped out of the hands of Peterson. Deflected up into the air a couple times. Xavier Hunter goes and skies in for the little finger roll. 1 point lead with 17:45 left to go in the half. It's been a lot of transitions going on right here as Peterson came up and went right up, and he's going to draw the foul. Caleb McCain called for the offense. It sends Peterson to the line. Peterson not used to getting into the game this early, but he does shoot pretty good from the free throw line. And then as I say that, he misses. The old announcer jinx, I apologize. Misses them both. Rebound over. Poked away from underneath by Xavier Hunter. Kept in bounds? No. It looked very close. It was a great effort played both by Hunter and Lyons. But the ball was just a little bit too close to the sideline. It must be said that AFLBS has played a pretty decent game so far. They haven't gotten their shots to fall. But you can tell that they've been thrown off their game a little bit by this constant pressure from the Saints. Up to Peterson. Only 7 to shoot, as nobody ever got full possession of that one. That one never came, and now Sneed with a transition opportunity. Goes up, and it will not fall, but he will head to the line. Sneed back to the line. Connects on the first one on his second opportunity. Puts it up to a 5-point lead. We've only played 3 minutes and 1 second, though. And that one rattles home as well. 6-point game. 3 minutes and change into the first half. One touch passing. Nobody putting it on the floor right now. It's with Haugen. On the dribble with Jacobson. Now for Fagerstrom, who just checked into the game not long ago. Haugen going to try the bomb from the land. 11-8. 16-32. Trying to answer. Off the back iron, too strong there from Lyons. Arneson had that ball tipped. A little too close to Adam Morales. Inbounds, finds Jacobson, puts it on the floor, switches hands and goes into the corner. Long shot there and another three-pointer, this time for Haugen. Ties up the game, 4 minutes in. Sneed. Little pump fake from Morales, pulls up after he got the defender off. Hard pass for Fagerstrom, finds a wide open Jacobson, and he splashes the three. AFLBS back on top, but only by one. Denied at the rim as Howard tried to get some points. And that was actually Ante Harkey. Man, that is, his number is 11. But that is incredibly close to a single one. There's about not even a pinky in between those ones. Fagerstrom puts it on the floor and drives it to the hoop. It goes, but it will be an offensive foul. Although no foul has been put up on the board, so I'm not quite sure what the call would have been. And one opportunity for Sneed as he took it strong into the hoop. He was not going to be denied there. Regains the lead with a chance to make it 2. No good on the free throw attempt, but rebound goes for Lyons. Long shot coming from Morales. That won't fall. Lyons with the board, but he is also going to get called. And now they have finally put the foul up on the board. It was against Aaron Arneson. So I knew that it was a foul as that pass goes through the hands of John Peterson. It's a lesson. Always trust your gut, because the scoreboard operators are often wrong. Bringing the ball up the court is Lyons. Hunter gives it on to Harkey. Good spin move from Sneed, but it just slips over the rim. Steal there by Sneed. He's going to slam it. Yes! With authority. Slapping the ground on defense now are the Saints as they're getting fired up by 3. Jacobson doesn't get the ball. Haugen to Fagerstrom. Haugen took a spill. Arneson, little jumper, won't go from about 13 feet. Lyons, far side and traveling. Morales a little too anxious there, a little too eager. Picked up that foot before he put the ball on the floor. Jacobson will bring it up court. Sneed eyeing him up. Now Peterson, well away from the basket. That's not necessarily where he's most confident. Peterson, the tallest man on any of these teams, but he's pretty thin as well. But he goes up and under the basket. Oh, and it falls out. That one defying gravity. It seemed like it was almost through the basket, and then it just popped out. John Peterson extremely unlucky. not to pick up 2 points right there and get his team back within 1. Still with possession, though. Fresh shot clock. Peterson goes up again, and he draws the foul. So we've had quite a few fouls here early in this first half. 13:29 remaining in the opening frame. Peterson at the line for his second time. 8 fouls in total, 4 apiece. Both shots look pretty good, but neither one goes home. Haugen putting on a good press here. Slipping and losing the ball. Lyons gives it up to Haugen. Haugen can't put it in. Thought he might have gotten fouled as well, but nothing happened there. Sneed going up with it. Slices through the defenders and draws it. Five-point game with 13:10 left to go. Sneed heading back to the line where he has been getting pretty comfortable. Shot won't go, remains a 5-point game. Played just about 7 minutes here. Haugen picks up the dribble, gets it to Peterson. Jacobson gets it back, pulls up from 3-point range, yes! And then a big-time block there from Peterson as he uses all of his 6'7" frame. Great body control not to foul as well. Good inbound play, but Sneed can't convert. Haugen. Gunderson. Long shot there. The angle was pretty tough to go with the left hand. Still a 2-point game, almost intercepted there. Splash the 2-pointer for Gunderson. Tie game. Under 12 to go in the half. Sneed thought for the briefest of seconds about a 3-pointer. Morales is fouled well before the shot. Nate Gunderson picks up his first. Inbounds looking for Lyons, and they eventually get to it, though not where they initially wanted. He gets it in the corner, tries a long one from the land of 3. Gunderson going long for Papillon, who has finally come back into the game. He's got 2 fouls. Nice up and under move. Back and forth we go. Nobody establishing themselves. If memory serves, I believe the largest lead might be definitely 4, maybe 6. It's been a fairly hot contested game. That one rolls in and out. Out of bounds to the Saints. 11:23 left to go in the half. Hunter takes it near side on the inbound, going right to left. Again, Hillsdale in their whites with the gold numbers. We get a foul on Gunderson. He kind of slipped when he initially tried to plant. I got that too close to the defender. Just got an update for those who are interested. The AFLBS women currently lead 51-39 with about 2 minutes to play in their game. Free throws are good, so it's a 3-point game. 11 left to go here in the first half. Good crossover there by Holt. Into the paint. Swish. 10:50 to go. Far side, now Morales straight away. Wilson cutting through the lane. And Xavier Hunter couldn't get it to drop, put a little too much on it. Arneson, left-handed dribble, takes it all the way himself and draws the foul. Hunter picking up another. It's actually the first on Hunter. Tie game on the free throw. But it is the 6th team foul on the Saints. Arneson can't connect on both. Eventually, Sneed comes down with it. Wilson setting it up rather methodically. They get it down to the low block. Back out, 3-point attempt by Collier and counted. First shot attempt by Ben Collier, and it's a big 3-point shot. Arneson dishes back out. Holt on the dribble. 12 to shoot, almost picked off there. Lyons saw it coming. If he could have had one more step, he would have been off to the races. Instead, it's out of bounds. Hot inbounds pass. Fagerstrom had it hit off about every finger at some different point, but he couldn't quite corral it. A chance to add to this 3-point lead with under 10 to go. Near side, 3-point shot for Wilson. No. Rebound loose. Papillon on the ground. I believe he draws the foul. It's going to go against Cassius Lyons. It's interesting to note, for as highly ranked as Hillsdale is, looking up and down their lineup, they're incredibly young. They only have one senior who really doesn't even see a whole lot of playing time, and that's Chris Hobgood. First one good for Papillon. But other than that, Ryan Hickerson is a junior, and everybody else is freshmen and sophomores. So back to a 1-point game with just over 9 to go. Sneed cuts through the defense, but then caught a bit of a shoulder. But the official says that he initiated the contact. Fagerstrom with the block. Sneed sent it back the other way. And swish from the hand of Morales. And now we're going to get a timeout. Coach Snowden not wanting things to get too out of hand here as he finds himself down by 3 again. Remember, fans, if you want a copy of this game, a digital copy, this game or any of the games from this tournament, go online. You're already online if you're watching this game. So go over to chrisscheeman.com/ACCA for details. Or if you're going to be here in Joplin, just stop by the broadcast booth, either myself or Chris, depending on what location you're at. You can pay in cash or check if you're paying in person. If you're paying online, details are available at the website. So a 3-point game with under 9 to go here in the first half. Fagerstrom tried a bit, or actually that was Papillon, tried a bit of a wacky shot there, trying to draw the foul as well, nothing doing. Sneed thought about a 3 and then thought better of it. That's not his game. Although he does shoot 45%, close to 46 actually, from beyond the arc as Morales misses the long-range shot. Long shot from Papillon, and that was altered just a little bit. First free throw from Gunderson is good. .8:10 left up on the first half clock. Second one is good, and it's a 1-point game. Long pass finds Collier. He's going to drive it to the hoop. Right-handed floater and counted. He was looking for the foul, none to be had. Gunderson brings it up the floor quickly and then slams on the brakes. Over the top. Arneson. It'll fade away, won't fall. Sneed pushing it up the floor with pace. He's going to take it coast to coast and score it. Lead back to 5 with 7.5 to go. Hands slapping down on the defensive end. Gunderson. And a Papillon driving baseline. A little reverse is good. Heading to the line is Antonio Wilson, who shoots 77.8% from the free throw stripe. Both are good. 6-point lead with 7.25 left to go here in the half. Haugen got it down to Papillon. He misses and then strips it away, and he's going to get called for the foul. They say that he got him on the wrist. So Papillon is going to have to take another seat as he just picked up his third. Papillon, the second leading scorer for the Conquerors, scoring at just over 13 points a game. But he's most likely going to have to sit the rest of this first half as he's got 3 fouls. Free throw was no good. And offensive foul. Slapping the hands on defense again. Although that reminds me, and I can't remember what game it was. It was in the NCAA. I want to say it was the American East Conference. But somebody did that, and they were so concerned with slapping their hands on defense that they allowed the offensive player to blow right by them and score the game-winning bucket. And speaking of blowing right by, Sneed just took advantage of the defenders not getting back as quickly as they needed to. 7-point lead with just over 6 left to go. Looking for more transition points. William Leach kicks it back out. Collier with the 3-ball. And now it's a 10-point lead with 6:04 left to go in the half. And these are dangerous times now for AFLBS. They have got to stop this run. Even if you don't get the defensive stops that you would like, you got to start scoring. They've had a few too many empty possessions on the offensive end. And you got to start turning that around and then get a stop here or there. You see the hashtag right next to the 30 on your bottom of your screen. That's the hashtag you use if you want to get involved in the conversation on Twitter. Back to action here in a 10-point game. 5:55 left to go in the first half. They get it over to Haugen. He's going to try the little pull-up. Leaves it a little short. Second opportunity. Short on that one, but I believe there might have been a defender to get a hand on it. Sneed got a piece of that one as well. Fifth opportunity, still won't fall. Fresh shot clock, though. Now Arneson with an opportunity, and the foul is given. The way Wilson reacted, it might be going against him, and it will. Missed opportunity there for AFLBS. You got to start converting if you're going to be at the free throw line. Hunter takes it into the paint, takes on 2 defenders, and he will go to the charity stripe. Hunter converting at almost 82%. Fagerstrom back into the game. Arneson will take a seat. Count them both. 12-point lead with 5:20 left to go here in the half. Peterson. The lane was taken away. He wanted to pass that one off. Haugen with the 3-point ball from deep. Sneed tried to hit it off the window, and that one won't go. Fagerstrom back the other direction. Haugen right into the defender. Lost control of the ball. Second attempt puts it in. 4:43, Sneed cutting hard to the basket, leaves it a little short, ball bouncing around. Peterson comes away with it, and then his outlet pass was too strong. Good idea by Wilson to just kick it back out. Now Hunter, if he was about a foot closer to the basket, he would have put that one in. Fagerstrom going all the way, and then Sneed saw the ball and said no. Interception as we go back and forth, but with no buckets. Holt trying to slow things down now. Game's gotten a little frazzled. Jacobson thought about hauling one up. Good swat there by Leach. Couldn't come away with possession, but at least knocked it away. 8 to shoot. Haugen with the little pump fake. Fagerstrom puts it on the floor, and he traveled. Another update on that women's game for AFLBS. With about 3.5 to go, they are up 64-53 over Ozark. Sneed through the legs, 3.5 to go here in this one. All the way to the basket, took it himself. 9-point lead. Long shot, no good. Coming away with it is Hunter, picking up the pace. That one was intended for Collier, but there to pick up the pieces was Antonio Wilson. Now Haugen, with his team down by 11. AFLBS around the perimeter. 15 to shoot. Now in the hands of Jacobson. Spun around, looked like he kicked it. Doesn't matter, Hunter's off to the races. Peterson gets a piece of him, and heading to the line will be Hunter. Back into the game is Nate Gunderson for AFLBS. Hunter hits the first of two. Second one good as well. 48-35 with 2:40 left to go in the half. Closing in on halftime, AFLBS has got to go on a bit of a run here if they really want to stay in this one. Holt with it. Fagerstrom set up the screen. Holt cuts it all the way across. Long shot by Haugen. Hit the top of the backboard. Sneed with it. Down to the block for Austin Gorman out of Watonga, Oklahoma. Just to show you how little playing time Gorman normally gets. As he hits the first one, he has a 7.1% field goal percentage, adding to his point total here. They won't hit the half-century mark on that shot. Fagerstrom with the board. Here's Haugen. Getting it back from Fagerstrom, but he can't connect. Xavier Hunter puts it on the floor and swatted with authority by Haugen. Pull-up jumper, long range, splash it from the land. Back to an 11-point game. 95 seconds remaining. And getting a little too close there was Mika Jacobson. Adam Morales will come back in. Missing the first one is Antonio Wilson. Xavier Hunter gets a break. Hits the second. And it's a 12-point game as we've crossed the half-century mark. 90 seconds remain. Holt to Fagerstrom. Holt fumbled it a little bit, and that really kind of threw off his whole flow on that shot. Sneed gets it. Not really a point guard, but he'll bring it up a little bit. Wilson hands it off. Collier will head to the line as he's fouled. First one good. Collier hits at 79.1% from the free throw line. Second is good as well. Back into the game is Ante Harkey. So Harkey and Gorman are the post players. Sneed also having the height to play the post, but he's more that kind of Kevin Durant style, where he's got a lot of height, but not necessarily the body to play down low, but he'll take it in with a three-point jumper there coming for AFLBS. They're not giving up on this one yet. They trail by 11. Still 20 minutes to play, plus the extra 40 seconds that we have remaining here. Gorman going down low to Sneed. Wants to take it himself off the glass. And the defense just didn't seal off the baseline. 25 to go. Jacobson puts it on the floor, almost lost the dribble, has to pick it up now. Haugen takes it down towards the block, looking to get away from pressure and gets the bucket. 8 seconds left, a steal here. Jacobson puts it in. 2 seconds left. Morales with the three-point shot. Oh, the dagger at the buzzer. Instead of being a 9-point game, it's back up to 12. They have not changed the scoreboard, so I'm going to double check on that. It looked like the shot should have gone. And now they've put it up there. So the score that we have up on your screen is correct. 57-45 at the half. I'm going to take a quick little break here for halftime. When I come back, we'll have the second half of action between Hillsdale and AFLBS. Remember, get in the conversation and talk with your fellow fans. Hashtag ACCA Hoops. Back with more after this. Welcome back to Missouri Southern State University. One of two sites for the 2016 ACCA Championships. And right off the bat, Papillon almost got a basket, but he was blocked, puts it right back up into pressure. And the foul goes the Conquerors' way. Caleb McCain whistled for the offense, sending Papillon to the line. Count them both, make it a 10-point game, and that's the kind of start that AFLBS really needs. And they need to get a couple stops and do good on the offensive end as well. A turnover by the Saints, that's not the way that they wanted to get things started. Wanted to let everybody know watching that are AFLBS fans, your women's team was victorious in the consolation bracket. So they will play in the 5th place game as that 3-point shot doesn't quite connect. They will play in the 5th place game Saturday at noon. So back to a 12-point game, and we haven't played a full 60 seconds. Arneson almost traveled, but managed to get that foot to stick. Now Papillon will draw the foul as another one goes against Caleb McCain. That's 2 quick fouls, and we're only 61 seconds in. Gunderson's second opportunity won't go, but he gets another one. Arneson with a 3-point ball. That doesn't go. And now traveling is the call. My mistake. Hagen actually took the shot, Haugen, and then Arneson got the rebound but was called for the walk. Want to give a shout out to Logan Strand. Of course, as soon as I do that, I lose the tweet. Morgan Strand with the shout out to both AFLBS and Logan. She said, "So much for that ankle sprain. Keep the bench warm, little bro." Picked up that injury in yesterday's game. He's been relegated to the role of spectator here today. But his team has done a pretty good job against highly touted opposition as Papillon gets it back to a 10-point game. Cutting through the lane, trying to put one up and rejected. But then stepping on the line, giving it back to the Saints was Papillon, but you gotta love the effort right there. Inbounds play here for the Saints. They were trying the lob play to Sneed. Back to the Conquerors. Looks like the ladies' teams for both of these squads have made their way into the arena. Papillon with a nice little spin move. Faked it with the right hand towards the near side. Cut it back over, and then the little push shot. Single digits now, 17:45. And there's a three-pointer to answer. Hillsdale is no slouch. They know how to answer a run. Now a long-range three. Oh, that would have lifted the roof off of this place if it had gone. You've got some of the neutral spectators that always seem to gravitate towards the road teams. Wouldn't go there for Morales. Over to Arneson. Driving baseline, near side Haugen for three. No. Rebound Gunderson, and then not quite on target for Jacobson. Austin Gorman getting some more minutes. As foul trouble is definitely what Caleb McCain is in. He's got 4. Had 2 in the first half and then picked up a very quick 2 here in the second. Driving it along the sideline, getting it back now is Gorman, down low to Sneed, cutting through the paint like a hot knife through butter. Just a random thought, but it always does seem strange to call it paint when they didn't paint it. But it's a basketball term, so we'll go with it. Arneson. Now to Haugen. Straight away. Back to Papillon. He's a man on a mission. Just tossed it up, a little scooper. Had a word with the official. Nothing doing on either side. And now transitioning to the other way. Morales puts up the jumper. That one wouldn't fall. Haugen was calling for it under the basket, but there were too many white jerseys in his way. Morales dives for it with Papillon, and jump ball is the call. The arrow favors the Saints. 64-51 with 16:02 left in the half. Reminder for you basketball junkies, want to check out the nightcap. We've got a women's matchup coming up for you after this one. It is scheduled to tip off at 8:45, and that will be Rima against Welch. The winner of that one will take on Hillsdale. Going to the line now is Cassius Lyons. Good looking shot, but it won't fall. Fagerstrom back into the game as Papillon had picked up his 4th. And that's definitely discouraging for AFLBS as they managed to kind of get themselves back into this one. Neither shot was good. Intercepted there and then given right back. Fagerstrom, left-handed dribble, has his pocket picked from behind. And now there's going to be a foul. Looks like it's on Fagerstrom, who got the worst of that. And he is definitely in some major discomfort now, grabbing his right foot. So hopefully for his sake he can shake that off, but it's not looking very good right now. Kind of resetting the game. It was 57-45 at the half. So AFLBS has scored 6. But they've pretty much been answered shot for shot by Hillsdale. AFLBS went on a bit of a run to start the half with 4 quick points and some great energy from Papillon, but he has picked up his 4th foul. And it'll be interesting to see when, if he returns. Fagerstrom is putting a little bit of weight on that ankle, but the way that he reacted, obviously not covering these teams all season, you don't know the depths of injuries and when people got hurt and what they might have picked up. But given his reaction, you have to wonder if that was a pre-existing injury that might have flared up, because he seemed to know right away that something was wrong and was extremely frustrated about it. Sneed cutting through the defense on his own, and he doesn't get it to fall, but goes to the line. Sneed knocks down the first. Make it two. 66-51 with 15-19 left to go in the half. Almost had an interesting play happen right there as the defense was slapping their hands on the floor. Peterson almost stepped on the hand of Corman. Obviously, that was no intent there, but here's a steal. Is he going to slam it? Sneed going up with it. He'll just put it off the window. The safe play. Take the points. Don't go for the flash. Gunderson on the dribble, picks it up now. Haugen. Gunderson will draw the foul. Is coming a little too close there was Lyons. Checking back into the game is Antonio Wilson, and that will give Lyons a breather. Wilson was down there, so it's a bit unfortunate for Lyons that he picked up the foul. I believe he was going to get taken out anyway. Now on for the ball. Jacobson trying to drive it inside, now gives it off to Gunderson. Peterson with the sky hook. Ended up being a little bit of a push shot. Peterson racing all the way down, turns around, and Sneed goes right into him. They're going to call the foul on Peterson. That is his fourth. So now decisions to make for Tim Snowden. He's already got Papillon on the bench. Fagerstrom is banged up with that apparent ankle or foot injury. He's up and putting weight on it, but not a whole lot to pronounced limp. So he's got Papillon and Peterson both with 4 fouls, and Fagerstrom possibly down with an injury, coupling that with Logan Strand, who picked up the injury yesterday. Good steal there, and then it's given right back. 3-point attempt for Haugen. Won't go, just a little bit off the mark. Driving towards the lane, and the ball does nothing but go out of bounds. Sneed from straight away, puts it on the floor with the left hand, scoops it in with the right. Now Gunderson puts it on the floor, picks up the dribble. Peterson from straight away, but he's not an offensive threat from there. Down low to Gunderson now. 2 defenders coming. Jacobson on the dribble, and now Holt is fouled. 72-51 with 13:37 left to go as Collier comes into the game now. Gorman will get a rest. And I kind of think that that's going to be a big difference in this game if it was not already. You've got a bunch of injuries being picked up by the post players. Second chance wouldn't fall for Peterson. But as I was mentioning, you've got a lot of injuries being picked up by the post players for AFLBS. And on the flip side, there's just a constant rotation here for Hillsdale. You've got Gorman, you've got Collier, you've got McCain, who's in foul trouble but still could come back in. Ante Harkey. Trey Sneed is listed at 6'4". Brian Howard hasn't even gotten into the game, but he's listed at 6'5". So a lot of tall players for the Hillsdale Saints, whereas all the height has kind of been drained out of the roster for AFLBS. There's apparently some discussion as to whether or not there should have been a foul or who it should have been on. So the officials try to sort all that out. Remember, fans, there's the website if you want to get a downloadable copy for this one. Apparently there was a technical foul called somewhere in there, so lonely free throws given to Adam Morales. Both of them are good. So free points and possession. In case you're just tuning in, obviously you can see the score of this game on there. Long shot for Wilson and splash it from the land. But the women's basketball team for AFLBS had a good matchup. They beat Ozark 69-57. Driving in towards the hoop and score another one for Hillsdale as they are really taking control now. Gunderson. Now Jacobson. Straight away wants to get it up to Peterson. Back to Gunderson, and that won't go. And now we're going to get a loose ball foul. Quick and bounce pass finds Jacobson. Holt has to pick up the dribble. Wilson was right on him. Gunderson with a good little spin move. That won't fall. Now we go back the other way. Sneed on the break gets it back. A great pass there from Antonio Wilson, and Sneed with the finish. It's up to a 30-point lead. So that is Peterson's fifth foul. He will foul out. Arneson will check back into the game now for Gunderson, and Papillon, who has 4 fouls of his own, has to come back in as well. Three points the old-fashioned way as Sneed gets it. Now we get another whistle and a stoppage, and there may have been a bench warning. The near side official was saying something to either looked like a player on the bench or perhaps one of the assistants. Nevertheless, you see the score. He was close for a long time, even towards the beginning of the second half, and it was for plays like that. Papillon has really been a one-man force for AFLBS. But unfortunately, he got into foul trouble early and then picked up his 4th early in the second half. And that has really kind of kept AFLBS out of this one. They've had some good opportunities to try to make some runs, and it just hasn't quite been there on the offensive end. First one good for Hunter. Puts it back to a 30-point lead. Count them both. About to come back into the game now is William Leach, freshman out of Tahlequah, Oklahoma. He saw a little bit of time earlier in the game. Comes back in to give Hunter a rest. First one good from Jacobson. Long inbounds finds Morales, and he'll just slow things up. Pretty much expect to see Hillsdale using up a lot of the clock. Or maybe not. 17 to shoot, and Morales hits a long two. Holt on the ball. Down low, Haugen with the fadeaway jumper. 11 minutes left to go. 11:05 if you want to be exact. Wilson, far side for Morales. Little pump fake. Puts up the long two. That one won't go. Haugen with the rebound. Morales on him. Haugen's going to take it all the way himself. Came close to a walk, but the foul occurred. There's been a lot of fouls called in this game. Both teams got into the bonus reasonably early in the first. Now there's 16 fouls, 8 apiece in this half. Back into the game is Cassius Lyons. He picked up a lot of early fouls, and that's why we haven't seen him as much. Rebound goes for Collier. Collier going to try a three. Won't go. A little too strong off the back. Jacobson. Arneson, and now Papillon. Has it stripped away, gets it back. A little bit out of control. Holt inside the lane, won't fall. Quick transition here. Morales is fouled, and Papillon is done. He had a great game for when he was in there. It really would have been interesting to see how he could have affected this one if the fouls had not been called on him. But they were, and those are the kind of circumstances you just have to deal with, and AFLBS couldn't get enough offense going without him. And now he will sit this one out. Two good free throws, puts it back to a 30-point differential. Holt over to the far side. Still 10 minutes left to go on this one. Obviously, anything can happen. We've seen teams go on some heck of a run, but a 30-point difference is hard to make up for. What a move there. Leach finishing it off after some great passing. 3 straight passes down the court. Not sure that that ball ever touched the floor. Haugen to Holt. Gives a little fake. Jacobson. from about 17, and that one's good. But as I was saying, AFLBS, they should be proud of that win that they picked up yesterday. It was a gutsy win, especially with Strand going down injured. As that one rolls home. But it was a good win. They deserved to win. It wasn't anything lucky. It was an upset according to the seeds, but they played better on the night. But coming into this one, they were going to need a lot of things to go their way, and unfortunately everything has gone the opposite of their way. They've picked up a couple more injuries to some key players. They were in foul trouble all night. Again with key players, Papillon, and even though Peterson doesn't score a whole lot, he's still a good post presence, and when he can't be physical down there because he's got to worry about fouls, then those are the kind of situations that you're going to get into. As a good little spin move around the defender there by Arneson puts it up and in. 94-62, Morales driving to the hole, puts it off the glass, and the bank is still open, even though it's late in the evening. 8:12 left to go in this one. But full credit to Hillsdale because they weathered the storm. AFLBS was keeping this one tight for quite a while. And sometimes when that happens, you see the higher seeded teams kind of panic a little bit, kind of wonder why things aren't going their way, why they're not blowing out the opponent like everybody thought they might. But they just kept everything calm, played their game, and in the second half they really took control. And now we start to see some of the benches empty. Coming in for AFLBS is Paul Watson, the 5'10 junior. Also some fresh bodies in for Hillsdale. Back into the game is Caleb McCain, even though he's got 4 fouls. Also in is Ryan Hickerson, 6'2 junior out of Holdenville, Oklahoma. And also on the court is Brandon Askew, a freshman out of Tulsa. No good. Askew will get credit for the rebound, so he gets his name on the score sheet even if he doesn't score a point. Wilson taking it strong. Going for the steal and unsuccessful there once Wilson got by. There was no catching up to him. Watson in charge. Now Gunderson. It's actually Jacobson. I'll get these names right eventually. There's Gunderson. Telegraph that one, and it's picked up by Leach. Leach gives it off. McCain wants to put it up. That was altered just a bit there by Gunderson, and it goes out of bounds. 26 to shoot. One more basket and we'll cross the century mark. McCain wanted it to be his. Instead, it's Harkey. Askew with the bucket. The brain is starting to go to sleep. Third game out of 4, but it's not an excuse. Cross-court pass for Arneson. He drives baseline. Trying to get it off to Holt. Gets it back. Puts it off the glass himself. 6:30 left to go. Askew will bring it up. McCain. Now a long shot coming in from Hobgood. And that won't go in for the senior. Holt and now Arneson. Arneson a little crossover. Didn't know what he wanted to do with it when he got up in the air. McCain for Askew. Gets the defender off. Puts up a good-looking 3, but it wouldn't fall. Gunderson. Now Watson. Haugen with the little pull-up jumper, and that's good. 5:45 left to go in this one. Hobgood finds Leach, but he traveled. Possession arrow favors the Conquerors. Arneson with it at the top of the key. McCain is right on him. Tipped away. Took a deflection, so no over and back. Haugen able to keep that one alive. Gunderson has to pull it back. 5 to shoot. Long shot from Haugen. He came very close. And it's going to stay with the Conquerors. Quickly into Haugen, and he is fouled. Remember, one more game coming up after this. It's the Hillsdale women. The Hillsdale women will be interested in this one, as they are going to play the winner. The game will tip off roughly at 8:45, so just about 15 minutes from now, depending on when this one finishes. It's going to be between Rima and Welch. One for two on that trip. Coming down after having recently checked in is Devin Bolden, a freshman out of Godley, Texas. Bolden puts it on the floor, and then Askew gets it over on the far side. Offensive foul right there. And now the bench is really going to empty as Brian Howard is about to check in as well. The aforementioned freshman from Fort Worth, Texas. A lot of that southern flair on Hillsdale. Everybody from Texas or Oklahoma. Kick back out and easily intercepted by Askew, and he's off to the races. Little dish pass, gets it back. And now they'll just kind of set things up. Long range shot, no good there. Rebound comes for Howard. Askew. A little cheeky there. Hobgood. Little pop shot, won't fall for Howard. He steals it and gets the bucket. (102-67), under 4 to play. Gunderson peels it back out, over to Watson. Now cross court, looking for Holt. Haugen was going for the offensive rebound, not to be had. Hobgood will just deliberately set this one up. Putting it on the floor is Hickerson. Long shot, count a three-pointer there for Hobgood. Gunderson drives the lane, came close to a travel, couldn't get it to fall. Rebound is in the hands of Bolden. Down low to Howard again, muscles his way in. A little too much muscle apparently, as they're going to call him for the offensive foul. Coming into the game now for AFLBS is Reagan Johnson, the 6-foot junior. First time we've seen him here in this tournament. 105-67. Hard to imagine that this game was extremely close, but some foul trouble. It really kind of kept AFLBS from keeping this one a contest. Good work around the perimeter here as they keep showing some energy. They've got that on their side as always. 2:35 remaining here in the half. Hobgood puts it on the floor. 105-69 with 2:24 remaining. And the ball headed out of bounds. Near side into the hands of Johnson. Loses control of it. James Enix is going to check into the game now. Enix comes in, Gunderson goes out. Free throw was good. Second one won't go, and a rebound for Howard. Askew goes down court. Out for Hobgood. Hickerson. Screen set by Howard. And they're going to get him for an offensive foul. He was moving. It's a good call. He doesn't really like it. But I think it's not necessarily that he disagrees with the call. It's more that he doesn't get to play a whole lot, and then he's gotten 2 quick fouls called on him. Under 2 minutes to go. It's essentially kind of become a practice squad game, and the shot didn't quite have what it wanted on it there for James Enix. And we get more substitutions now as the 5'7" junior Ryan Comanella will come into the game as everybody's emptying their bench. As I mentioned, it's kind of become a practice squad game, but when you're in the tournament, and there's another 3 for Hobgood, and you're in a tournament situation and you can get some valuable playing time either for young players or players that put in the time in practice and just don't get to see a whole lot once it comes time to game time, then why not give them these kind of opportunities? It's a feel-good story for the fans and for the players. Obviously, if you're on the losing side of these kind of situations, is another 3. 9 quick points put up by Hobgood. As I said, though, if you're on the losing end of these kind of situations, it stings a little bit more. But again, if you're in a tournament setting and you can get some of those bench players a few minutes, then at least it kind of takes a little bit off of it. You'd obviously rather win, but that can't always be the case. 19 seconds remaining. 9 to shoot, so they're going to have to put up a shot or just go for the turnover, whichever. They kick it back out here to the near side, and that one will just go out of bounds. There was only 2 seconds to shoot, so it would have been difficult even if they had managed to get something off from that juncture. 9.2 left. Bringing it over is Arneson. Hands it off to Camanella. They want him to shoot. Puts one up. And he got a little too much on that one, and he's a little bit embarrassed about that attempt. But he got a shot attempt, and that's something that he can maybe look forward to going into next season, as a lot of these people are going to be back. But ultimately on this night, it was Hillsdale all the way. As I said a couple times during the broadcast, it would have been interesting to see how this had played out if a couple players hadn't gotten into foul trouble and fouled out, especially Papillon. He had really done a great job of keeping his team's energy high, and especially there at the second half, just coming out like a house on fire. But it was not to be for them tonight, as they fall by the final of 111-70. So looking at the bracket, Hillsdale will carry on, and they're going to play Crossroads, and that will happen tomorrow at 4:45. That's going to be over at Ozark. AFLBS will play. Let's see where that one goes. They will be over on the consolation side of the bracket, and they will play tomorrow at 8:15. And they will play against Rima. So it should be an interesting matchup there as well. So I'll take a quick break in between games. When I come back, we'll have Rima versus Welch on the women's side. Back with more after this for Todd Panula and Chris Sheeman. Have a great night, everyone.